Back to week 20 of Wrestling in Mom's Basement. He's already laughing. I, of course, am Patrick Young. This guy to my right. I can't even get past that he's laughing right now. Joe Venuto.
Thank you.
And no, that's not what I started with. You just started laughing, and I just flew with it. And I lost my train of thought of what I was going to choose.
What hard teams are coming? There we go. Alright. This is the WCW Uncensored 1996 review. This is separated to 3 parts. I'm sorry by the time I get my way. Alright, this is Uncensored 1996. March 24th, 1996. Tupelo Coliseum in Tupelo, Mississippi. 9,000 attendance. Commentators Tony Schiavone, Bobby Heenan, and Dusty Rhodes. I was going to say this right off the bat. God versus Soul. I love Dusty as a wrestler, as an entertainer. My God, his commentary out. So,
whew. His commentary. My God, his commentary.
Should I start or did you have anything? Okay. When I was a kid, this show looked completely awesome. I mean, you have Sting and Booker T reward in Street Fight, and Hogan and Savage against 10 guys in a cage match. All of the matches with no rules. How can this not be good? Well, this show's been considered one of the worst of all time. And after hearing this review of this raping of our childhood, we had to take another look at it and see if that's the case or not. The main theory here is these matches are sanctioned by WCW, and therefore, more or less, anything goes. That turns out to be nonsense, though, as it's really just a gimmick match.
Yes.
Your main few here is Hogan and Savage versus the world.
Literally, it's the world.
There's a alliance.
Call them by their actual name, please. They have to hear it.
The alliance and Hulkamania. There's an alliance between the Horsemen and the Dungeon Doom called the Alliance and Hulkamania. Yeah, it's starting to see why wrestlers die painful death at this point. This is a tough storyline. More about that later, because we have an apparently awful show to watch. Also, this is 1 week before WrestleMania 12, where Shawn will win the title, just to give you a little perspective on what was going on with the competition.
Alright.
The cage match is called a Doomsday Cage Match, so the opening video is about Doomsday, of course. This show is so ridiculously over the top that is hilarious. This reminds me of what Cena and Orton went against the roster about 9.5 years ago.
Just not done as well.
No. They're just trying everyone they can in one match defeating the Hogan and Savage. This is going to be so basically. Tony says there isn't a seat to be found in Tupelo. No, I'm pretty sure I see about 5,000 at Twart both at that point.
Yeah.
So, up there. So there are 3 in the Nationals booth. Sister all stated.
Exactly.
Oh, and Bobby says, or Dusty says, and Bessie Mae Scroggus is only having 2 people for dinner tonight. So there's a cheer-free at her kitchen table. Who is Bessie Mae Scroggus? Some southern woman. Yeah. Named Bessie Mae Scroggus.
Maybe from Tupelo, Mississippi, who knows?
She has a cheer-free at her kitchen table.
Yeah.
The cage is just standing there next to the entryway, instead of, in a ring where people can see it. It's very dark, so you can see where this is going. Dusty says there's a field of danger. I had no idea what that means. So Dusty's at the top of his game tonight. He said that Hogan,
rare form tonight.
He says that Hogan needs to survive here to carry on into the 90s. The decade's over 50% overall, right?
That's 60% over, in fact.
Right. I kind of miss Dusty's old fullness of commentary.
Yes.
We get matches to show the commentary. U.S. title, Conan versus Eddie Guerrero. Eddie is the challenger here. He just got out of jobber status, and this is his first big-time title match. Conan is still in his Mexican champion mode here, and is rocking neon pink and blue on his jacket. Somehow it works, though. Before he came here and was a completely racist and the same bigot, he was actually right on King Wrestling. Because that was the plan to originally go with for his NWO character, for him to be racist.
Okay.
But we digress.
Yes.
It's WCW. Dusty calls Eddie his homie from El Paso. As I told Pyro, I wonder if they exchanged bicycles. They start with a technical sequence, which is the best thing they likely can do. But you guys are really good wrestlers, so that's always a good thing. This is right around the time where WCW with the Cruiserweights is about to explode. With A being one that's leading the charge.
Yes.
They point out the large amount of people that are here from all countries. Which is kind of cool, I think. WCW has a tendency to ever push that down, and it hurts things. Conan uses a heel hook as Dusty says he's trying to uncle him. I should have the crowd's quite dead here.
Yeah.
Now, since A was smart, he noticed that more or less said screw this and just went insane on it. Apparently, the winner of this fight is Mr. JL. Jerry Lynn, tomorrow on Nitro. I had no idea why, but whatever. This homie nonsense needs to freaking stop Dusty. I'm serious. After the match is going okay, I guess. The speeding up has rumbled up the crowd that they're desperately in need of a Mike Tornado. Or commentary to tell them what the heck is going on.
Yeah.
They have these weird spurts of awesome stuff, and then they go into border stuff 101. And there's some more time spent just they can always go back and forth from being sleep to freak out. We did a weird ending. A goes for a leapfrog or her or something like that.
Yeah.
And I think Conan stops early, I think. Either way, A's bulls land on Conan's head, and as he's screaming, A is covered in pain.
So, for you kids at home, essentially what was supposed to happen was a teabag ending that backfires on Eddie.
Right.
For you video gamers out there.
Naturally, he's ticked off. Let's look at this in her K-Base perspective.
Or you freaks out there, either one.
Eddie is the one that jumped on Conan, right? Why should you think that he later on, from a legit percent of his asset original, though, to really freak out at that point. Anyway, that's how it ends, which kind of sucks from me perspective, so.
Yeah. For me, the match was very, like... Yeah, it was very odd structured. It was, there was chain wrestling, and then there was rest holds, and then they would go a little quicker with, like, hurricanranas and head scissors and stuff, then it would go back in the rest holds. Then it would do that a couple times, it felt like. And it just made the match feel... I know it was only, like, what, 17 minutes?
Yeah.
It felt like it was, like, an hour to watch. The match itself. But it just drug and drug and drug and drug. And for me, the ending really hurt it also as well. I think a better example of that would be, of the Uncensored low blow, would be Sami Zayn and Tyler Breeze from NXT Takeover, right?
Right.
It was the second ever NXT Takeover of the network. And Tyler Breeze only put his one like this while Sami went for the Helluva kick. Crotching Sami Zayn. I thought that is probably what they should have gone for a bit more instead of just Eddie landing on his nuts. So, what do you think?
This was so back and forth full match, it wasn't funny. The fans could tell also, as you can see them waking up and then just dying at various intervals of the match. WCW was on the verge of the big time here. I mean, this match had a lot to do with it. I think they were starting to see that high flying stuff could really work well if they did it right. And once they figured that out, it was a little cruise control though for here.
Oh yeah. I gave the match a C-.
Let's see. Gene is with Dick Slater and Colonel Parker. And I lost him. Gene is with Dick Slater and Colonel Parker. This is the build-up for Parker against Medusa later on tonight. The thing here is simple. Medusa's a decent wrestler. All I put decent or good wrestler. And he's a chauvinist that wants her in the kitchen.
Yeah.
He says he's doing this for all the men in the world. Parker was always pretty overrated as a manager, and as about as generic of a stereotype as you were ever going to find. Oh yeah, and then there's Slayer, who's even more generic. Up next, the Belfast Bruiser versus...
I do remember in that backstage promo that Mean Gene starts whispering to Dick Slater.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but he just starts doing it.
Up next, the Belfast Bruiser versus Steven Regal. For you that aren't familiar with these two, it's William Regal versus Philly.
Yes.
This is some feud that they said was allegedly about something that happened in Europe, but they never actually said what that was. Which tells me never happened. Regal has a butler with him named Jeeves. Make your own jokes here. Philly pops Regal with his
that I think Dusty calls him chives.
Philly pops...
You know, like the gold green stuff you put on your baked potato.
Philly pops Regal with his jacket. This was a freaking fight. These guys are having each other in a way that I haven't ever seen before. It's very cool look, actually. Dusty drops the term stomp on my hole in someone. That's something new.
Yeah.
This is freaking brutal. There we get a Pedro Morales reference.
For some reason.
It was apparently part of the Smashing Out scene. Since when did they have a Smashing Out scene? I don't remember that all. Dusty's.
Yeah, I don't remember that either.
I love Dusty with his flat idiot commentary. Is he?
Yeah, he is.
He says, I love it, that Connor. He says, I wanted Smashing Outers can get the true foul code hand because he speaks the Espanol.
Okay.
Not only that, but he says how the 30. He says not only that, but he says that he can speak to all the 32,000 people in the town as well. Apparently, Tupelo is a big Spanish town.
Apparently.
That's impressive. Where was I? Apparently this is also the WCW pay-per-view debut in Australia. That just isn't fair. I apologize to them. Go back to the match because this was literally what the match was all about. During the match, this is one of the more brutal matches I can remember. I mean, there's nothing special about it. They're just hitting each other, especially ours. They're doing some like floor them to the face or pins. That's just painful. More or less, it's a street fight where you can get disqualified. They announced that tomorrow is Finlay versus Savage. I like that as they advertise the matches like that. Also, that's what they need more to do more of a haven't made guys fighting the corners. It worked back then and it will work today. Dusty continues to amaze me by saying Ireland and England aren't close to each other at all.
Yes, he actually did say that, yes. The
crowd's completely dead for some reason, by the way, with this match. They hit the floor for about the third time and run to the Doomsday cage. Enter South shot into that still doesn't draw DQ. Then the freaking Blue Bloods run in for an actual DQ. This way having a lower combined IQ than the cage. I know this was a short review of this match, but this is another 20-minute fight. Yes, a fight, not a match.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt this was probably the best match they could do with their story of they don't like each other because of something with their past. And it actually did feel like a fight, and it was very brutal. For me, it was definitely the best match of the night.
Definitely.
But however, the crowd didn't really care, and the creative team didn't really care to give the story either. So, yeah. I did like the match.
This is a very hard one to describe. This has to be at least 75% shoot though, as there's no one that can really show that well and has to be fake completely, scripted completely. They handle each other in probably the hardest hitting match I've ever seen this side of Japan.
Yeah.
The problem is that the fans were just completely bored of it. No.
Yeah, I don't think the fans really
got it.
I think it may have been over their heads. Too loud.
Easy jokes there about Mike Catano.
What?
Easy jokes there about Mike Catano.
No,
not about that. No. With WrestleFace in the 90s and still believing in the kayfabe at this point.
Yeah.
Not getting the strong style.
It's not meant to make
not insult to any fans.
It's fans too below that night.
Yeah.
For me, the match was a C.
Oh yeah, B+. I like people being high with them. What the hell? There's nothing else I can. This is a very hot show so far. The crowd still doesn't care about much at all. And between that and Dusty's complete insanity commentary, I'm not sure what to think yet, so let's keep at it though. Genius with the giant Jimmy Hart, who says that they'll take care of Loch Ness. Giant threatens to smoke Loch Ness like bacon. That joke hurts itself. Apparently the winner of this world title shot against Flair tomorrow night.
What did Loch Ness do to get granted a U.S. title shot? I don't know.
Colonel Parker versus Medusa. The story here is about as complicated as you can think of. Right? Sherry had got hit on the head and decided she was in love with Parker. They kissed at full balls, so he decided he wanted to marry her. They had the wake, and for reasons that were never explained, Medusa jumped out of a trailer and broke it up. That leads to this, which is man versus woman. Yeah, I never heard of another woman named Colonel Robert Parker before. They're clearly the less masculine of the two here.
Yeah, sure.
Before this starts, though,
it's not a knock on Medusa's femininity. It's just that, yeah, she could probably kick her Robert Parker's ass.
Before this starts, though, he and Tony had this argument. With insults that are funny, this is great. And there's some brief predictions we get to match. Bobby's clad in leather for some odd reason. He suggests buying off Medusa here with credit cards and flowers. Oh, thank goodness for Bobby.
He actually explained why he was clad in leather. It's because he didn't want to ruin his Armani suits because he doesn't know how the Doomsday Cage is going to go.
Okay, that makes sense. We get WWF references. It's just a bit she dropped the women's helmet garbage, which inadvertently led to Montreal.
Yeah.
Parker's just stupid looking there. One way suit. Medusa was more or less the only American women's wrestler worth thing at this point.
Yeah.
That ain't look the same title for a good many years. The Sable was on the rise, and it'll be a few years before this Indian chick named Amy Dumas came up. Trish was probably in high school at this time. Medusa's obviously sexy, so
yeah.
But she's more magical in terms of toughness than Parker, so that's not bad. But naturally, she's a black belt, as I said, all women's wrestlers apparently are. All right.
And here's one thing we found out recently: Medusa stands for Made in the USA. Yeah.
After the bell, we get a lockup. We'll move on with the match in just a moment. But first, this girl that's like from Dusty. Sounds like a commercial advertisement. He locked up with her. He locked up with her. What? He locked up with her.
Yeah, he went fucking crazy for her.
So I did my best, sis. This is going to be a really long night.
So what you're telling me, Jesse, is you're off your medicine.
Right.
That explains a lot. This pay-per-view.
What the heck am I watching? The Fays are about as one side you possibly believe. They got an airplane spin that brought on some of the highest pitch screams I can remember. She reverses into a sunset flip for a huge pop. I mean, it was loud. She slashed him a Dusty needs new pants, I think. Not to say issue, I think. Oh my god. He continues to crack me up by saying, the closest thing he ever seen to this is one night when Gene got home late and his old lady backdropped him. Well, it was far more interesting in reality show of Gene and Bobby wander around to various places and have stupid Mr. Wrestlers. So, back to match. Dick Slater, who was somehow married to Medusa at this time. Not in real life, in the storyline.
I did not know that. Even in kayfabe, I didn't know that.
Keeps him from running. Apart from run. No, he was part from run. Screw Slayer. Medusa obviously is going to ring. And yeah, she is hot. And as a kid, I did like her puppies. They're in Trish territory. Sorry, that's the only thing about it. This is in Trish's territory, though. No offense to Medusa. She gets her signature German suplex and actually gets the diesel on, no offense to Sarah on Parker. But Slayer hooks her for full and Parker falls on her for the pin. That was, yeah.
That was entertaining. Oddly entertaining. Yeah, it was short, but it was probably the most entertainment you're going to get in like 2 minutes on this pay-per-view. So it's not all that bad. They're not as bad as it should be, considering.
Medusa looked great here, as they feared she was just still out there, and while sunk beyond belief, she worked very hard, so I'll give her points for that. The match made less than 0 so I have no idea what this was supposed to be. Oh, that really big comedy bit. At least that 4 minutes done, that's too long. My head's starting to throb.
Yeah, it was a really bad comedy bit, but it was kind of sort of entertaining. At least they were trying to do something besides things in the ring.
You get it.
My grade for it was a D. Yeah, I did find it entertaining, but it was really good, but I didn't really, it's never gonna get like higher than that for me.
Yeah, I gave it a D as well. Lee Marshall says, there's no question why this is called Uncensored. Really? I'm not sure I know what that is.
Really? Because a match already ended in a DQ.
Apparently, the tag team division is hot. Okay, so let's talk to the Road Warriors. The idea is that Luger and Sting are tag champions. And the Warriors want their shot. Luger, however, is in the main event, so we have Booker T as Sting's partner. It's a standard Road Warriors interview.
Excuse me for 1 second, guys.
Although Hulk does get in line about the medulla oblongata guy.
Yes, he does.
However, the part that makes is absolutely great is behind him is a chalkboard. on this chalkboard is the heel battle plan for the main event. Literally, just behind him is a drawing of a triple H, and it places where the heels are supposed to be, including a list of strategy and tips for the heels. Again, let's look at this from 2 ways. First of all, let's say it's supposed to be kayfabe written by a member of the heel team. First of all, how in the world is Lee Marshall getting an interview with LOD in that locker room? 2, when you think they would have hit it better? 3, they used the same symbol for Hogan and Savage in their team. Look at it from a legit perspective, as in, is there from a production meeting or something? Fire the producer of the segment. My goodness, they let the plan for the main man be seen. How stupid can they be? Either way, this is just dumb on so many levels. That looks completely stupid.
Yeah.
Up next, diving down. It's just Booty Man. Oh, we're not even start here. Okay. Booty Man is Bruce BK, first of all, who was freshly faced again. Hadn't been a heel in the WCW. Only to be thrown into this match with the explanation
They actually explained why he turned face too. He was Hogan and Macho Man's spy in the WCW.
Only to be thrown into this match with an explanation that he was saying by Hogan's spy was a really good guy all along. That actually could work.
Yeah.
I'd be fair about it. It's really not such. Is that really supposed to be the same plot idea? I certainly won't finish. I mean, certainly not great or fleshed out or anything. But considering it's likely from the guy who lays it's fine by me. Now, you might be wondering why we're even having to talk about Bruce here. Well, this is essentially Johnny B. Bailey fighting DDP for the 12th time in a week or something like that.
Yeah.
As they've been feuding forever. Why were they feuding? Well, DDP was this poor guy that got some money together and went to play bingo with Kimberly.
Yep.
He bought her a ticket and she won $12 million at a freaking bingo game. I want to play that game. Anyway, they won the count over and the judges gave it to her. The thing was, he had already spent a tournament and Johnny was the only guy that would defend her. The team title got involved in there too, but it wasn't important. Anyway, this is the money versus career. So there we are. Bay had jumped ship about 2 weeks before this to WWF. As Mark Mirror debuted 7 days after this. So with no one else to go by, or well, no one else to go to, they turned Bruce into the Booty Man, of all things. And we have this. Think about this story for a bit. That's pretty much the main mid-card feud. Over a David Bingo. And people wonder why this company sometimes at the time. DDP's allegedly penniless here, but he has enough to get Tyson moves.
Yep.
He's doing some almost biker gimmick or something here too. Oh, and Kimberly's called the Booty Girl now. Paige looks awful here.
Yes.
Bruce is wearing some tights. He wore her as the barber. But now he's wearing a headband and has a really bad soul.
And he's also doing the strutting without the cut.
Right. They buried Bay before the match, saying he decided he just couldn't compete in WCW anymore. Ouch. It's a shame that he had about 5 times as big as his career in WWF than everyone had in WCW. When he would have been swallowed by the NWF 6 months and going to WWF for half money later on. Yep.
Exactly.
His life sucked. Sadly, we haven't even started the match at this point. We saw Paige tying and smoking a cigar, as Bruce is apparently a Hulkamaniac. The way his tights are cut, Bruce looks like he's wearing a really big thong. They haven't actually made the contact yet. He locked up with him. After that, we waste some more time. We've been going for almost 3 minutes here to actually doing real wrestling. We get a great line after the money came in. The Diamond Dogs are built up on the page. I don't know. Anyway, they finally get Del here and funny bit. He starts talking about the angle, and Dusty talks over him. Bobby starts getting upset and complaining and saying that he won't talk anymore, and it's now the Tony and Dusty show. Bobby, please try to love him things good and made him and holy. Don't do that to us. Don't.
Doing a bend that's now heated.
Thankfully, he's back a few seconds later. Dusty actually says Bruce is a skilled mat wrestler. Yep, that's what he says.
Sure.
Anyone wants to place a bet on the top of that one later on? As Dallas is on the floor, Kimberly comes out looking like roller disco cheerleading French maid. I don't know.
Kinda, yeah.
Trust me, you will describe him too. That's just horrible. It's more or less that Dave's recital with some arm work in there. That was the absolute worst time thing I've ever seen.
And I believe Dusty calls her a ballerina. He said he spies a ballerina walking down the entrance way.
Okay. Here you go, something I did. DDP reverses Irish Whip, and I have zero clue what they were playing. As Paige lays down on his back, and Bruce bent forward and run like he was going to backdrop Paige. I really don't know what that was supposed to be, but even the announcers came out, the fact it was horrible looking. I mean, Tony freaking Soraya says, "Oh, what was that?" And a very sarcastic tone. They tried to say it was Bosch on dry, but that doesn't work. Oh, they repeated the spot, idiots. And it was supposed to be Bruce going for across by and Paige ducks. The problem was the first time I think Bruce was taking a shoulder block or something. It was so awesome to repeat the spot and just a little full. You can tell the Page wants to map stuff out. Has no clue what to do here. He let have his whole match scripted beforehand. So Randy Savage was the tours for doing his besties.
Yeah.
But this was thrown together, so there we are. Also, this is nowhere near the DDP that you're used to. Kimberly wants Bruce to be her boyfriend. That's her exact line. She wanted to participate in drug enrichment or something.
Yeah.
And no jab at Bane. They said that Page signed to fight Bane. And then that's what agree at Page will have won. They say heel will beat a face with some other forgot. He says that she's looking for a boyfriend to put an ad in the paper. Bobby says that in that outfit, the only person she can get is a fellow acrobat. Paige kisses Kimberly, leading to a high knee for the pin. Bruce keeps Kimberly due to the simulation WCW, a slave trader's paradise. Bruce kisses her. I'll recommend Bell Weekend Dance Offense a little bit of high dose video by Alexander. Watch that. She's the movie girl now. I'm out jokes here, so in the comments below, post among yourselves. Paige will of course be back and somehow wrestle 3 matches at the next pay-per-view. Good to see they're keeping their promises.
Yeah. Because does he win Battle Ball?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, that's another story for another time.
Yeah, we can get to that later. Yeah, the match was just long, boring, and the story behind it made absolutely no goddamn sense.
This one way too long. To be fair, Kimberly looked pretty good. Some points for that.
Yeah.
I also want to see CP's career. I see became this guy that despite being fired, still was filmed like WCW cameras and shown to say TV. He will get some mystery benefactor that was never revealed due to the NWO. He will return and become the character we all know and at least like. We'll show him the stratosphere in WCW.
F.
And Gene is with Jimmy Hart and Luger. Jimmy says that tonight is the last night he's going to be with Luger.
Why? Because we never know.
Well, that's not the case. We're never told. Luger looks stunned as well. Which actually Les says because the explanation Jimmy gives is he's a man of his word. Jimmy starts to cry and leaves. And for some reason we get Rain and Bell in the arena. Luger says that tonight he has to watch his friend and partner defending titles without him in Chicago Street Fight. And he's the one from Chicago. The odd part here is that Jimmy leaves him, but Luger will turn full face. He was tweener at this point. Later on the night.
Yeah.
Now, having Jimmy leave here, keep him around and do that later on, why not turn face and then dump Jimmy?
Yeah.
That will at least make sense to start his face turn, but they won't let that say. It's illogical, it makes no sense, and it came out of nowhere, and his defense today says, it's WCW. Oh, nice, Johnny versus Loch Ness.
Oh, God forgive us.
Apparently, Loch Ness was supposed to be in the cage. And this is supposedly to not happen, I guess. But Luger was pulled from the street fight and put into the cage. So Loch Ness is given a number 1 contender smash. he weighs 699 pounds. And he's coming out tomorrow to become Rey Mysterio's music.
Yeah, he is.
This is Giant Bishop. He's about 420 and scary looking. He's still huge and strong, but he's skinny here. This is the big man that was supposed to be the best big man ever, and at this point, that really won't be too much of a stretch. Loch Ness is actually bigger than Yokozuna was.
Yeah, he
so take that
standing like next to him. Yeah, the giant looked taller, but
yeah,
this guy looked like he dwarfed him.
So take that for what it's worth.
Yeah.
Naturally, they beat Charlie with just big power shots until Giant goes to the corner, throws his own Loch Ness spot misses. Send a Giant over the top rope and corner, crushing the floor. The camera's in a corner, so it doesn't look as cool to see. So it's still amazing that guy that size can first someone guy and make it look pretty decent. And fly out scary move, Giant his what we will call spin chimney to Loch Ness, who was built at 6'11". He nailed it too. A Hogan leg drops, ends it, and Jimmy Hart celebrates like he's a new father. Giant screams at the camera to leg drops for Hogan, that makes zero sense. He also says he's coming for the WCW title a month later. For a life for me, I thought he won the next night, which he will win with relative leads and hold all summer.
Yeah, it wasn't good. It wasn't good at all.
Giant did some freaky stuff.
Yeah, he did bump. He bumped
Yeah.
like that. It was sort of almost Dolph Ziggler bumping actually.
Yeah, like in the kick, that was impressive.
Yeah.
Loch Ness only goal, I think, it was not saying died about 2 months later, I think. This was a 3-minute war, so here we are.
F.
F. Lee Marshall has poor mustache for the ages. Sting and Booker more or less say they don't want to do this, but they respect each other. We're so from the board with the plans on it. Sting talks like a guy from the streets. And actually pulls off very well. Sting and Booker have so much charisma that it's flat out terrifying. And in the next video, we will get to the Chicago Street Fight. We're going to reward with Booker T.
Yes, we will.